Okay. Everything looks good here. Oh, yeah, I'm right with you. And one for the doctor.
Absolutely.
Uno por el doctor. Wow, that was retarded. No, that was, yeah, whatever. Oh my god. Oh, dude, seriously, I was listening to that, and for some strange reason, I heard Golden Smile. Then, of course, dude, you know where I'm going with this. I thought, what about the brown smile?
Oh, wouldn't that be a pucker?
What about the clear smile? What about the speaking of pucker, green smile?
Jesus.
Purple smile. I'm pretty sure there's a purple one out there.
Oh, man.
I mean, dude, it's like pucker, grape, black people. Enough said.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Welcome to the dumbest podcast on your desk. My name is Manny McDouche. Sorry about that. I wanted to get that in there before we got too far. And that's Clayton Keg.
Yeah, yeah. I'm Clayton Keg. I kind of forgot for a second that I'm Clayton Keg, but here we are. I'm Clayton Keg. Newfound name here.
Nice shirt.
Thanks. I just a little something I ran across. No, actually, the person you got to do this shirt, phenomenal job.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm actually looking at that shirt and realizing one thing. Well, two things. My beard is longer than yours, but yours is like a little bit fatter. But closer towards the top, mine bulbs out more.
Yeah, and I like how on this shirt, because it's not anything at all like me, I got the evil villain mustache going with the curls at the end. It's pretty fucking
I thought
funny.
that was perfect for you.
No, I mean, honestly, I like it. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's just not how I would do it, but I like it. I'm not saying I don't.
Okay. Before I say anything else, what about the brown smile? Yeah, get right back into that.
Looping back around. All right, well, here's one.
Okay. Hey, because I'm tasting the brown smile right now.
Ooh, well, brown eye's not gonna be smiling later, I'm sure, for a minute. But there you go. What about blue waffles? I mean, or is that just white people shit?
Blue waffles?
Yeah, you don't know.
Fuck no. Absolutely not.
I'll give it to you just for not knowing because it's kind of disgusting to know. So,
you know what? Okay, I am really gonna throw this out there. All right, to any black folks listening to this podcast, okay, let me rephrase this. To any black people listening to this podcast and anyone outside of the country, the United States listening to this podcast, email us. Your stories, dpoyd@gmail.com. Do you know what Rocky Mountain oysters are?
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
And if you do know what they are, have you ever had one?
I have not.
Because I've only seen it in one movie. That was a Chevy Chase movie. Yeah, it was a Chevy Chase movie. And he beat the record of the amount of Rocky Mountain oysters that was eaten in one sitting.
No, there was also a TV show I had seen called Blue Mountain State. They actually bring it up in that.
Heard of Blue Mountain State.
Yeah,
Never
it's a
watched
good show.
it.
Good show.
Well, yeah, I didn't care about football that much.
Nah, that's true. But, now you do, so it might be different.
I still don't.
All right, man. So I got something for us today. I do want to kind of just go into like a little summary per se. So let's go into the Tale of the Fighter. It's not a fighter though; it's a killer. So we could change the name to the Tale of Fighters or Killers. I keep wanting to say fighters because you're looking at me all weird, but it's a UFC thing.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah. Tale of the Tape or whatever. Yeah,
King of Fighters.
That too. Yeah. At any rate,
great video game.
So this killer goes by the pseudonym of the Zodiac. He has been unidentified until possibly recently.
We're going to call this one the Blue Oyster.
It's back, baby, the Blue Oyster.
Oh my God.
Oh, that is good shit, man. I love the callback. Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
But, I mean, they are trying to say that recently he may have been found out finally after all these years. We will get into it later, so we will see. He also has 5 confirmed murders, 2 injured, and 20 to 28 possible murders that, he claims to have himself. He's self-described himself as having this many, but it hasn't been confirmed.
All right.
So I guess we might find out at some point. I don't know.
I feel like I should know more about this, but...
Oh, and actually, I stand corrected. I just seen in my notes, I put that that's what they're saying is his possible murders. He actually personally claims to have 37 murders.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know why I feel like I should know more about this, but for some strange reason, even right now, nothing is coming to mind, and I don't know why.
I know there's been some movies about him as well and stuff, so.
I'm pretty sure there's a Netflix documentary about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure there is, yeah.
But I think it was, because shout out to Peter Dinklage for being the actor that he is and doing now voiceovers for How to Become a Cult Leader on Netflix, which you don't fucking have. I keep forgetting about.
I know.
How to Become a Cult Leader, How to Become like the next version of Hitler. Oh, come on, dude. All right, when I started playing Far Cry, before I stared playing Dictator, How to Become a Dictator.
Okay.
There we go.
I was wondering if you were trying to say that, you could even learn how to be like a Skeletor or something, like. How do I be the most evil ruler that never gets away with anything?
Andy's got another voiceover of something. I just can't remember what it's called now. I haven't watched it yet, but the How to Become a Dictator and How to Become a Cult Leader actually goes. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he ends up talking about Marshall Applewhite and How to Become a Cult Leader, and Ini Amin from whatever place in fucking Africa he was from, who was that fucking crazy ass dictator. Yeah, it got you too.
Yeah, dude. All right, we're good now. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to Peter Dinklage. But
Yeah, there you go.
I feel like, man, I don't know why nothing is coming to mind for Zodiac.
Well, I mean, maybe as we go on, something will pop in, and you'll remember a little bit more.
Yeah, something gonna pop in my brown smile.
Another callback. Oh man, but yeah, he has been a wanted fugitive since 1968.
Yep.
The 5 confirmed murders took place in the San Francisco Bay Area between December 1968 to October 1969. I mean, that's a pretty short run to have this many bodies potentially be yours,
Yeah.
So that's pretty fascinating on its own. His known attacks took place in Benicia, Vallejo, Napa County, and San Francisco. Zodiac has been linked to several cold cases in Southern California and even in other states as well. So, I mean, again, they're only saying confirmed, but now he's being linked to other cases outside of the state of California as well at this point in the summary. It's like, how in the hell does he not have more confirmed, murders?
You know what? You mentioning that, because there was this one serial killer. I want to say he was a serial killer, but he was a truck driver. And then they couldn't quite figure out how to catch him because it wasn't like he was killing 4 or 5 people at one spot. It would be a body here, a body on another part of the country, a body in another part of the country. Yeah. I think there was another, like a hobo serial killer that did the same thing. He was like riding the rails and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So like, hey,
Yeah,
so it's not unprecedented.
Well, yeah, that's true. But it's like, I mean, by now they had to have figured it out if it's more than just a link with some of those out-of-state murders. You know what I mean? At this point, but I mean, there's a lot that everybody seems to have fucked up in this whole investigation, which is why he's still to this day never been captured.
Guaranteed, if they thought he was black, he would have been like they would have fucking arrested so many black folks between then and even now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, either way, this guy was and still is obviously smart. I mean, obviously, I feel like whoever it is already dead. At this point, this was a while back, so
email us dpoid@gmail.com
if
you're the Zodiac killer. Email us. For real, we want to talk to you. We're not going to give you our phone number, but we can find a way. Oh, Jesus Christ! Now that I think about it, dude, if the Zodiac killer is that fucking smart, they'll know the fucking how to get an IP address and all that bullshit. So it's like, nah.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, if he's still around, I'm sure he's adapted by now. So yeah, I mean, I just don't understand. But from 1969 to 1974, Zodiac wrote letters and ciphers in which he gave himself the name of Zodiac. So he also was the first person to call himself the Zodiac. So I mean, he already had high standards for himself, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
In these letters and ciphers, he claimed he was collecting slaves for his afterlife. Also, these letters not only taunted law enforcement, they also threatened further killing sprees and bombings if they did not print his letters and ciphers.
Wait a minute. Okay, now this is start. Okay, no, I'm not going to jump the gun on this one.
I feel like you're putting it together, though. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
3.5 floppy.
That was Dennis Rader.
Oh yes, that was Dennis Rader. Okay.
Which I was actually thinking we might get into him at some point.
Oh my! I think we should wait a while on that one.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Yes.
There were 4 ciphers set, and one was solved somewhat quickly by a couple. 51 years later, another cipher was solved in 2020, leaving 2 still unsolved to this day.
No shit.
Yes.
My God.
Yes. There were many theories of who Zodiac. First one, people, first one.
What are you fucking nuts?
Oh, fucking got him.
It's my best friend. She a real bad bitch.
Dude. Oh, man. How could I not? Well played, sir.
You know what? The fact that I was able to get, really hit the trifecta on that one.
Dude, yeah. I mean, it was flawless. Fucking flawless.
Oh, my God. That was great.
Oh, man. So, to try this again, there were many theories of who Zodiac was. There was only one person ever publicly named as a prime suspect. And again, I think I'll get into some of this later, if I remember correctly. I might not have, though, to be fair.
Hey, we're all going to learn today.
Yeah, well, maybe not today. We might learn next time we record the rest of this.
Yes. So, as I said, we're all going to learn today.
Don't know what yet.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so...
Wait for it.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch.
Did not see that coming somehow. Okay, so this person that was officially publicly mentioned was Arthur Leigh Allen. He was a former elementary school teacher and a convicted sex offender.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
A convicted sex offender that teaches kids.
Well, I feel like that's why he lost his job to begin with, was because I think he got that while he was a teacher.
You know, the funny thing is when you said, like, before you even said sex offender, you said school teacher.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear what grade level. I think you said
elementary. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, yeah, that tracks. No, literally, it's like, yep, that tracks.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
And then you said sex offender. It's like, oh, that really tracks. For sure. My God.
Oh, yeah. It was not good, I assume. Although, never, as far as anything I've seen, I feel like he did sit in jail for a couple days prior to his interrogation for the Zodiac murders.
Oh, okay.
But that was only because they felt he was a flight risk, so they picked him up before they were actually ready to do his interrogation. And
Yeah, because even back then there was always that quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes here.
yeah.
72-hour window until
Yep.
you are officially have to charge somebody with something.
Yep, that's how the probable cause clause. Nah, try saying that 3 times fast. I couldn't even say it one.
So probable cause.
Close enough.
Granted, that's what you almost said the first time.
Yeah.
You probably would. Never mind.
It would have worked either way.
Probable clause.
All right. So, but yeah, outside of that, though, as far as anything I've seen, he did not actually do serious jail time over any of the Zodiac things. He was just a high up suspect. God damn.
You took one.
Yeah.
You took one.
Hey, we're getting there.
Well, I mean, we still got time.
Yeah. That we do. That we do. But yeah, so sadly,
pretty much he hung out in county and he taught the inmates how to read. and if he was a 4th or 5th grade teacher, just I could teach you how to write cursive. He's like the man in there. Hey man, I don't want everybody else to know, but I want to learn how to read. We can teach you. We can get down to basics. We can do them ABCs.
and that brings me up to something that I didn't think about until now.
Elemental, don't pee on me.
What if 2 of those ciphers never got solved because he wrote it in cursive, and nowadays people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
The sad thing is, it's true.
Yeah, it is. It's
true.
Sadly true.
I've seen people not be able to. Man, dude, it's so funny you mention that because years ago, when I worked in retail, I remember there was this, and he was an older dude, and I was in my late teens at the time, maybe 20. No, I don't think I was 20. No, I wasn't 20. Anyway, when I was working in retail, this motherfucker just had a little fucking a flick, and then he fucking okay. The weirdest way to explain it is it almost looked like a bass clef swirl.
Okay.
But instead of going down, it kind of drew itself out as it went down and then curled back up, and it wasn't a name. So I'm looking at it, he just goes flute, and it's what the, and I'm looking at it the hell is this? Dude, I need to see your credit card. And he was like, why? Because this is not a real signature, and if this is what you have on the back of your credit card, then I hand it back to you, but. Man, I'm not just gonna look at this and then.
Oh yeah, you're all good, bro.
Right.
That's like looking like you're 12 and trying to get in the club, and the guy's like, "Yeah, go on in." All right, bro.
Man,
nice.
Okay, I'm taking out the take 2 and leaving that in.
Yeah.
Actually, I should never said any of that. I think I'm gonna leave the take 2 in there now.
All right, moving on.
Man, even back in them days of, oh my God, we still got to get back into this. But back in the days of working retail, for real, I would see the back of people's credit cards and it would just say CID. Wow, really? It's that serious that you just rather,
Oh my God.
You could just hand your ID at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so on to somebody smarter.
Yeah, that ain't no shit.
All right, so to wrap this up, as far as the little summary, Arthur did die in 1992. I didn't really care to look into why. Didn't seem important. Thank you. I'll accept that graciously.
Oh my God.
All right, but the question still remains. Did they have the right man to begin with? Dun, dun, dun.
What are you fucking nuts?
A little.
Okay, I could have made a better decision on that one.
Yeah, it was still good. It worked.
It did.
All right, so the first known murder for the Zodiac killer were the shootings of high school students Betty Lou, who was 16, David Arthur Faraday, who was 17, on December 20th, 1968, on Lake Herman Road in Benicia. The couple was on their first date. I mean, could you fucking imagine that? First date, hey, yeah, let's go hang out. Oh shit, we're gonna die. You know? Yes. There's probably a couple spots you could use that one in. So they had plans of going to a Christmas concert at Hogan High School.
Oh my God.
All right. Hey, I'm sure it meant something at that point. Fair enough. So yeah, they were going to go to a Christmas concert at Hogan High School, about 3 blocks away from Betty's house. The couple were set to stop at a friend's house. Probably smoked a joint or something. They don't specify that, but I can assume.
It's the late 60s.
Oh yeah, so they probably went there for an orgy. You're right.
Oh my God.
I got nothing.
They probably didn't either.
She's got scabies. Everybody run.
Gotta get out of there. But then they went out to eat at a nearby restaurant. Then they drove out to Lake Herman Road, which was a known popular place for, getting it on.
That was terrible.
It might have been terrible, but it got the point across.
Moving on.
I'm sure she said the same thing you did, so. All right. But yeah, it was basically known as Lover's Lane. A little after 11 p.m., their bodies were found by a resident named Stella Borges. Yeah, names are not my forte, buddy. It doesn't even matter if they're English or Spanish.
Oh my God.
Yeah, see, that's funny because they're both the same no matter what.
Now, if you have to explain it,
Hey, there might be somebody out there that didn't know.
no, dude, you are
An asshole? Yes, I know.
no has nothing to do with being an asshole. If you literally felt that you had to explain that,
Yeah, you never know.
then it was worse than what you thought it was. It was better until you had to explain it. You know what? Watch more comedy.
Okay, but we've talked about this. There's some dumb people out there.
Yes, and I'm sitting across from one of them.
Oh, good God. You're not
my
wrong. Yeah. So, anyways, bodies found, blah, blah, blah. David was... I seen it.
Oh, you know what? If you would have paused right there, I would have had your ass. God, I would have had your ass. Go ahead, buddy.
All right. So David was shot in the head while Betty was found 28 feet from the car. Yeah. Shot 5 times in the back. So, yeah, I mean, this guy, she was probably scared shitless, just trying to crawl away, and he just fucking blah, 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 blah.
Like, baka.
Absolutely.
Even though that's not how it sounds, but apparently that's the sound people make with their mouth.
I've noticed, and it is weird to me as well.
It's like or like an assault rifle. It's like it's like seriously. They're like, what happened to
Right.
Even though that's more of a Gatling gun, it's more like
Yeah, absolutely. We could go into this all day, but this is not what this episode is.
It's like, yeah, I know. I need more brown smile for my brown eye.
All right. So on July 4th, 1969, about 4 miles away from the Lake Herman Road murder site, the couple of Darlene Farron, 22, Michael Magla. I'm assuming that's how you say it, and that's how I'm going to say it. He was 19, drove into the Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo. Vallejo comes right back, remember? Not for this story, but for a previous story where I couldn't say that word.
Yes.
Yes.
I know.
Yes. Well, you were giving me that look like maybe I had you stumped.
No, honestly, when I looked at you, I started thinking of VALLEJO HILL side out.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's a rap song.
I kind of assumed, but I don't know that one. So,
Even though it's supposed to be Vallejo.
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. About 10 minutes after parking a car, a car pulled up next to them, but immediately drove off. Minutes later, a second car pulled behind them, which I'm wondering if it was actually the same car, not a separate car, you know?
It's possible. I mean, when they pull up behind you with their lights on, you don't know what the fuck it is.
Right.
Unless you're a person that's been to jail a bunch of times and then you, for some strange reason, learn what the headlights of every cop vehicle look like.
Dude, I mean, it just comes to you. It does.
Yes.
I mean, it's like a second sight that just happens.
Shout out and R.I.P. to James Rockhill, because that motherfucker that motherfucker for real. What, dude? I swear he'd be like, "There's a cop behind us." Like, man, how the fuck do you know that? I know what their headlights look like. Turn the corner one way, they turn the other motherfucking way. Like, that was a cop, wasn't it? Like, yep, told you.
And also R.I.P. to him.
I said that.
Did you? I did not.
I said shout out and R.I.P.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, learn. Yeah, again, you know, I thought that hearing was supposed to be better than your fucking eyesight.
Well, you know what happened is my eyesight got a little bit better. It might have affected my hearing a little.
Well, it definitely affected something.
Yeah, very true. So the killer walked up to the car, firing a total of 7 shots into each of them. Like, Dibby, he just unloaded. In fact, he even had to go back to reload and came back and finished.
What's up for? Fuck it, no.
I was interested to see where that was going.
Oh no, it was the word finished.
Okay,
Like he came at the same time.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of where I thought you were going to go with it. I was okay with you. But yeah.
Yeah, we can let that go.
July 5th, 1969, at approximately 12:40 a.m., a man called the Vallejo Police Department to not only report the murders the night before, but also to brag about being the man who committed the murders. He also took credit for the Lake Herman Road murders of Jensen and Fairclay 6.5 months earlier. So, I mean, this guy...
6 to 9 months?
6.5 months.
6.5 months.
Yes.
Okay.
And, I mean, this guy definitely had a high approval of himself, because this is first of many times he calls or writes in saying, "Hey, I killed these motherfuckers."
King shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, to this day, it stands true. So, yeah, well done to him. And, I'm not saying that I'm okay with murderers, but come on, man. If you're going this long and nobody ever fucking knew, he did something way too right.
You know, the sad part is we both have hung out with murderers before, but we both know it's like, hey, either A, we gonna get into it, or B, we're not. But I'm not gonna. Okay, Manny McDoucherson, ain't gonna do nothing stupid to try to provoke you, but you are another fucking keg among kegs. So you might provoke a motherfucker just to see what kind of reaction you'll get out of him.
And in one case I did, and I found out after the fact that he had actually killed somebody prior to me, basically punching him in the face and trying to throw him down some stairs. Yeah.
Hey, we learn. Hey, we learn and we move on.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, sometimes I still think about that because I'm like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, it is fucking crazy.
Yep.
But yeah. So I mean, he not the first time, and it will not be the last time he calls in or writes in to say, "Hey, I fucking did this." This guy had some balls for sure. So Darlene was pronounced dead at the hospital. Michael survived despite being shot in the face,
Ouch.
neck, and chest.
Damn.
Yeah, he got fucked up, man. Oh, man, he got fucked up. And somehow survived? Like, that's even more fucked up.
Somehow survived in the late 60s.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
like
Actually, I think it's more closer to early 60s, almost mid. Almost
Oh,
mid.
no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, survived then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like 63 or something.
Yeah, there's better antibiotics and like pain medication and all that stuff now. So, dude.
Oh, no, it was late. It was 68. I stand corrected. You are correct, sir.
Oh, you had mentioned 68 towards the beginning.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this.
It's about the only thing that I remember so far, but hey. It started in 68.
Yeah, there you go. I stand corrected again, and that's fucking stupid. All right.
Wait for it.
Should have never been with your ratchets.
That seems to be the general consensus. Oh, man.
Yep.
So he was able to give a description of their attacker. The description was 26 to 30-year-old male, 195 to 200 pounds, 5'8", short brown curly hair, light brown, short curly hair.
At least a light brown helped.
Yeah, I think it did help, but at the same time, obviously not enough.
No,
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah.
Because every description you said before that point, it's just like, okay, that narrows it down from this many million to this many million to this many million. You might have gotten it down to a few 100,000.
Yeah.
You might have gotten it down to the double digits of thousands. Instead of, instead of six figures, you're down to 5.
Right. And it still got him nowhere, obviously.
Yes. Yes.
So it's almost like the new day Hobart math, you know?
Well, I wouldn't know about that math.
I know.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, most of the people listening to this wouldn't know about that shit neither.
Well, they can use their imaginations. It wasn't very good math. That's the point.
Oh my god.
So at any rate, August 1st, 1969, there were 3 letters sent to 3 different places, presumably by the Zodiac. I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
Presumably, but I'm sure it was.
This is what we're telling you people that he did.
Yes, yeah, obviously. 1 letter went to the Vallejo Times Herald, and the second letter to the San Francisco Chronicle, and a 3rd letter went to the San Francisco Examiner. All 3 letters were almost identical and said to be written by an isolated and brooding person, is how they described the guy writing it, which, not wrong.
You know what? Email us, dpoid@gmail.com. Do you know what a prude is? Because still to this day, I have a general idea, but no idea.
Wait,
what's
prude. I said brooding.
Oh, brooding. Okay,
Brooding.
Never mind. Still, email. Email me if you know what fucking hoity-toity means too. Still have no idea.
And yet hasn't stopped him from saying it.
Actually, I don't really say it.
I've heard you a few times. I've heard you.
Yeah, because I'm referring to you.
Well, hopefully it's a good thing then.
Toity-hoity.
Knowing my luck, though, it is not a good thing at all.
What is it? Wait, is it 2 words or is it 1 word? Oity hey, oity hey, oity tay.
Pig Latin, folks. Dead language.
Oh, God.
I mean, they're trying to do the same thing for English, so there you go.
I would rather speak another language.
I should probably learn my native one first.
Oh my god.
All right, so there's that. Yes. So these letters were bragging letters as they took credit for the killings at Lake Herman Road and Blue Rock Springs. Each of these letters also had a third of a symbol, also called a 408 symbol cryptogram. I'm so glad they shortened that because that's dumb.
A 408 cryptogram?
Yeah, symbol cryptogram.
Symbol cryptogram.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not going to learn that today.
Yeah, I mean, you could have just said cipher to begin with. You know, like, I don't know why you wanted to change. I mean, I guess it's a different kind, a certain kind. I don't know.
It was a different time.
Well, different time, yes. Yeah, that too. In which the killer claimed contained his identity. And on top of that, the letters also demanded they be printed on the front pages of each paper, or he would spend the weekend killing at least a dozen people. Ooh, that's his first threatening one.
Talk about getting it in.
Yeah. Like this guy, he said, fuck it, you guys are going to know me one way or another. Whether you print this and get my name out there, or I got to kill a bunch of fucking people to do it.
Should've never been with your ratchets.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. Because fuck that guy.
Right.
But yeah, the Chronicle did in fact post something the next day, though it wasn't front page. It was the fourth page.
It's like, guess what, motherfucker? You ain't good. Well, you. You know what? I was trying to figure that one out, but I couldn't get it. Anyway, so it's like, hey, motherfucker, like we hear what you saying. We gonna put you in the newspaper, but you gonna be a basic. You're gonna be a basic article.
Right. And on top of that, you gotta look for it because they don't say it, but I can almost bet it's on the fourth page, and it's probably like a 2-inch little square.
Dude, smaller.
Yeah,
than,
you gotta use a magnifying glass.
An obituary.
Oh yes, absolutely,
For sure.
So they're probably like, we'll put it in there. Good luck. You
Yep.
gotta find it.
Yeah, good luck finding it, motherfucker. And then let me guess, he turned around and is like, I ain't no basic article.
Oh man. Found a way.
I did.
Oh, man.
It took me a minute, but I had to workshop that while we were talking.
So it was oh my god.
It was good, man.
It was.
You gotta admit, that was good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was good.
I was proud of it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I was really proud of that one because I didn't know how I was gonna get there. But I made it.
Oh yeah. It just took a little time to conversate, and you're like, got it. So it was their third of the cryptogram. And this is what was printed, by the way. I feel like I just kind of went into it, and everybody right now is like, what the hell? What? So what was printed on that fourth page, if you could find it, it was their third of the cryptogram. And next to that, it said, we're not satisfied that the letter was written by the murderer. It also challenged the writer/murderer to write on another letter with more clues on his identity. Interesting enough, none of the threats that the threatened killings happened. I guess, he was like, fourth page, all right, not what I wanted, but I'm in there.
Yeah.
So I
That's
guess
something that he can cut out and admire.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure he has it somewhere on a fucking dingy-ass cellar wall that nobody's fucking ran across yet, Yeah, that's possible. So none of them happened, and eventually the other ciphers were posted as well. August 7th, 1969, another letter showed up to the San Francisco Examiner.
69! I had to do, dude, I wanted to do it the last time you said it, but since you said it a second time, I had to do it.
Oh, that is great.
I had to. I let that first one go, man.
Yeah, you did. You definitely dropped the ball on that one. But
No,
I
didn't.
It made up.
No, I didn't drop the ball. I let it go because you didn't stop talking. This time you tried to do the same thing, and I just fuck it. I'm getting in there on that one.
Yeah, you definitely did sneak it in there. That's nice. And so another one showed up to the San Francisco Examiner, but with one big noticeable difference. Jesus fucking Christ. The one notable difference, this time the killer gave himself a name, and this is in the summary, this is where he first says he's the Zodiac. Again, self-proclaimed Zodiac. Like most of these killers, they don't fucking pick a name for themselves. They let the media do that. You know what I mean? They let the panicked fucking people do that, you know?
We're going to call this one a Blue Dahlia. Which is what I should have said the first time. The Blue Dahlia, but I said Blue Oyster.
It still worked.
Dude, man, I couldn't help it. I was thinking of...
I mean, especially with what we were talking about at that point.
Police Academy and shit.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about in the beginning here where you brought up that specific name. It worked with the conversation we were having. Well, we were kind of describing...
We're on two different pages here.
Okay, you're right.
When
you're
I,
talking, yeah. Okay.
No, when we did the Black Dahlia, I should have said the Blue Dahlia, not the Blue Oyster.
Oh yeah, but no, the Blue Oyster was even better. So I'm glad you went that route.
Well, because we were talking about the Blue Oyster bar.
Right.
I wish I had that song available right now. Just.
Oh, that is a great movie, man. Fucking love that movie.
I'm gonna have to try to remember the Blue Dahlia and then just start making like we're gonna call this one a Blue Dahlia.
Yes, absolutely. Right. So this letter was in response to the challenge for more information that the paper gave him. So in this letter, he referred to himself as the Zodiac. This letter was in response to the challenge for more information from Chief Stilts. The letter did, in fact, have details of the murders that were not made public. And he added, when the police crack his codes, they would have him. So the four ciphers are supposedly, if you solve all four of them, going to tell you exactly who this guy is. Again, only 2 today have been solved. And we'll get into it later, but the 2 that were cracked really didn't give a lot of information to begin with. Oh. So this is what I'm wondering is, like, did he fill all that info in the last 2? Like how these 2 are going to be bullshit. These 2 are going to fucking have everything they need to know if they can figure this shit out.
Yeah, I ain't going to say that it tracks, but it would make more sense where if you were really going to give up your identity like that, then you and if you only doing like 4, yeah, the first 2, the first one is going to be like fairly simple and it's not going to give much information.
Oh yeah, no, it's always
it's just going to it's going to be like something like, hey, expect more. And then the second one would be not as hard, not as easy.
Right.
But, of course, the last 2 is like, yeah, I'm going to make them as super difficult as possible to where it's going to almost constantly seem like nonsense. It's going to take let's say, a supercomputer probably maybe a couple hundred years. Or not even, I wouldn't say a couple hundred, but I would say maybe 30 more years to probably just crack it on its own. Right. And that's just a supercomputer.
Yeah, I mean, and on top of that, you got to also think of this. The first one, as I specified in the summary, was solved rather quickly. The second one took 51 years.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe in 200 years, we might know who the Zodiac was for sure.
Oh, right, because you just said the second one was just recently.
Yes.
Okay, so if it took 51 years for that, then let's see, you can easily double that to 102, and then almost like either maybe triple or quadruple that after that.
Yeah,
but that's also still working with some kind of supercomputer to figure it out the entire time.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, here's another thought though. Out of all that time that goes by, let's say they do crack the other 2. How much would it fucking be hilarious if all 4 of them were just bullshit? None of them told you a goddamn thing. They basically were all just like, fuck you. You don't know. You're never going to know. Fuck you.
That's also a very another possibility.
Yeah, but we won't know. At least not in our lifetime, I feel like, because I don't even know if they're still doing anything with any of that.
Well, the greatest thing about being black is that I have other pressing matters than thinking about what the fuck that's going to turn into.
As true as that is, I mean. All right. So, September 27th, 1969. Brian Hartnell, 20, and Cecilia Shepard, 22, students at Pacific Union College were picnicking at Lake Berryessa.
God.
Oh, yeah. Berryessa.
And I
Such a lovely place.
keep telling him to type it, but he won't do that.
Yeah, I'm getting better, though, man. All this practice reading, it's really making me better.
His practice reading is while we're recording. Let that sink in.
Oh, that's good shit.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Got to get practice in there somehow, man. That's all I'm saying. With a white man wearing a black executioner's hood.
Oh, of course he was a white man. Wearing black.
Well, I mean, it was an executioner's hood. I mean,
why wasn't it white? Because the people that he was about to murder wasn't black.
He didn't want to be roped in with those people.
Like,
he wanted to stand the fuck out.
And that's the problem.
Oh, you're saying he should have just been part of those guys?
Fuck yeah, why the fuck not?
I feel like they still had different reasonings and causes.
Well, yeah, like I said, if they were black people, it would have been white.
Okay, but see what I'm saying is this white guy doesn't seem as racist as the other people. He's not like singling out just white people. I mean,
You ain't got to be racist to wear a white hood. And believe me, I've seen it. Apparently, you ain't got to be racist to do blackface either. And I told them that they were pieces of shit.
but it's okay for Michael Jackson to do reverse blackface?
Well, I mean, if you have a skin condition, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But other
pain for bleaching your skin will give you that.
Hey, you know what? It tracks.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Oh, man. So they were picnicking at Lake Berryessa when the white man, black executioner's hood with, yeah, I totally, see, I got myself fucked up on that one because we got to talking and I totally looked at the wrong spot. It happens from time to time. Black executioner's hood with clip-on glasses over the aisle. And see, this I was trying to get that in there before we got sidetracked to begin with, because this is fucking gold.
Clip-on glasses.
See, I was trying to get there, man. We would have had more material with that.
How old is this dude? 8 years old?
Oh, wait, well.
Seriously? Clip-on glasses. Oh my God.
You know what? That's an innovator right there. That's what that is. Oh my God. I mean, fashion statement of the century.
Yes. And that's exactly why he fucking killed so many goddamn people.
Yeah. Horrible taste.
No, he had horrible taste, and then people are just like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, nobody likes that shit. And then he fucking loses his fucking mind.
And then it gets better with this. It gets a little bit better. Because he also had... he had a cross and circle symbol pinned to his chest. So I can just see this being like a paper cutout that he drew himself, cut it out, and just pinned it to his fucking executioner's clothing. Like, this is who I am. It'll get better. Don't worry, this is my first costume.
So this is like if the Punisher just took like newspaper
Yes.
and then just cut out the Punisher symbol and then literally pinned it to his chest or pinned it to his shirt as he's getting literally poked by all of them motherfucking needles and shit, just kind of stabbing him as he just walking around and shit.
Yes.
Wow. Man. Dude, I could just only imagine the Punisher, like, just coming out like that. I'm gonna whip your ass.
You just hear the paper fucking thing on his shirt just blowing in the wind.
Yeah. Just straight up newspaper. Just like, man, dude, if he just snuck up on you out of nowhere and you were laying on your back and you just look at him just like, man, is that newspaper on your shirt? It's like, man, and then at that point you just kind of get up, dust yourself off, turn around, and just walk off. Like, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing. It's like,
Villains, watch out! Here comes the Times.
dude, all you literally gotta do is just take one of them motherfucking pins just right out of this fucking shirt and then just poke him with it. You don't have to stab him with it. Just boom, ah, boom, ah, boom, ah, boom, ah.
Oh my God. Dude, even better, man. He's got the fucking newspaper cut out, but then there's like highlighted shit that he was highlighting, like looking for jobs, and that's the paper he used for his symbol.
God,
so it's not only newspaper, but there's highlighted jobs on there.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh man, but yeah. So I can imagine that this looks so fucking ridiculous. I am sure. How can you take this situation seriously at this point? I mean, I know me being the fucking idiot I am, I'd have been too busy laughing at this fucking idiot coming walking at me like this. Like, what is this?
Well, honestly, you probably would have kicked him in the balls.
Oh yeah, no, I would have. I probably would have. I still would have laughed at his ass.
Like, see, that's the funny thing, because you wouldn't have actually hit him. You would have kicked him in the balls just to prove a point of how much of a piece of shit he was. Guaranteed, dude. I know you two. I know you too fucking well, because you would never kick a fucking man in the balls unless they came up to you doing something stupid like
and
that.
Ridiculous like this. Yes, yeah, absolutely.
You're like, no, yes.
So he was also carrying a gun. It was a handgun. They are not 100% certain with the original description here that it was a 45 or not.
Oh, you definitely would have kicked him in the balls.
Yeah. So one, you're coming up here dressed like a fucking stupid ass, ridiculous homemade costume for Halloween, and you got a gun? Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, this hooded man told them he had just escaped from jail. A police officer later stated it was in Deer Lodge, Montana, that there was an escaped inmate, killed a guard and stole a car and needs to take their car and money to get to Mexico. I mean, he just comes walking up like, hey, I need your car, I need your money. I got to go down to Mexico. They got so much beer down there, I got to go drink that shit. And I'm going to drink some of that water because I've heard a lot about how it gives you the shits, and I need a diet, bro.
Wow. I didn't think you was going to go that far, but you did.
Yeah, it worked.
Congratulations. I am not impressed.
Oh my God.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, man. So the hooded man then had Shepard tie up Hartnell. He also checked Hartnell's restraints and found out they were loose because obviously, trying to set it up so somebody could get the fuck out of there and get help.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't stupid to it, so he checked. And unfortunately, he checked because found them loose, so he tightened them, and initial thoughts of the events unfolding was robberies, so they were seemingly cooperating, all except for the loose restraints, Yeah. But that thought ended when the man then drew out a knife. Like, he already had a gun in his hand. So I guess he was like, nah, this gun's too good for you fucking dumbasses. I can't even listen to a simple fucking request.
Should've never been with your ratchets.
Oh, yeah, no, they're going to find out real quick. They shouldn't have been. And began stabbing them. Hartnell suffered 6 stab wounds, while Shepard suffered 10 stab wounds. The killer then went about 500 yards to where Hartnell's car was. He drew the crosshair symbol on the car door, then wrote Vallejo 12/20/68, 7/4/69, and September 27th, 69 at 6:30 by knife.
So was it September or was it 10?
No,
27.
so there was numerous numbers there.
Yeah. So when you said
September
September
27th, 69.
So it said literally September 27th.
Yes.
Okay.
And by knife. So that was the crime he had just committed.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
the last one was that current one.
Okay.
Yeah. At 7:40 p.m., the killer called the Napa County Sheriff's Office from a payphone to report a double murder and claimed to be the man that did it. The payphone was found still off the hook by the time they got there at the the Napa car wash a few minutes after the call by a radio reporter named Pat Stanley. The phone was a few blocks away from the sheriff's office, but about 27 miles away from the murder site. So you got the fuck out of there real quick. It's like, hey, I've been here, bro. I called you, remember?
Wow. You know what? Hey, good job, dude. For real.
I mean, he called them and still admitted to that crime 27 miles away, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know why would you even leave that far away to do this then. That
It's
makes
like,
no goddamn sense.
hey,
if you
guess
didn't
what?
care for them to know to begin with.
It's like, hey, guess what? I'm right here. But hey, guess what? I'm gone.
See, I was there like 10 minutes ago. I killed 2 people. Now I'm here. Now I'm gone.
Go, Speed Racer, go.
So, yeah, I mean, I thought that was a little weird personally because it's like if
A
you,
little weird.
like if you didn't care to begin with that they know where the crime scene is, you didn't have to wait to get that fucking close. You could have just called anywhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
He was proving a point.
Yeah, that's it. That is true too. Like, hey, I could just be here whenever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I see it. I see it.
It's like, yeah, he probably felt like I could have gotten as close as making that phone call inside the fucking police station and then leaving.
So now here's another spot where I am a little bit like, how the fuck, out of all this time, has this not even been looked into, apparently? There was also a fresh palm print lifted from the phone that was never matched to a suspect. Even now, still not matched with a suspect. What the fuck? You know? How? How has that not been matched to anybody at this point?
I mean, that's very possible. Because, one, even fingerprints in general don't end up getting printed unless, you know, you're in a state where you have to give fingerprints for things other than being arrested. If the person has never been picked up or arrested and ever been booked ever,
Right.
it's very possible.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I mean, I guess I can see it from that point of view, but it's still like currently though, has anybody ran that print at all at any time recently?
If they're still working on the cipher, then pretty sure that they have ran it more than once and probably still keep randomly running it.
I don't know, man. It's just weird to me, man. I mean, I guess maybe they didn't have any reason to fingerprint this guy in any way for any reason at the time. I mean, who knows? Maybe he was a straight and narrow guy that just on the side killed. You know?
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like almost like a Dennis Rader, you know, like by day he's Superman taking care of shit. By night he's the Joker killing people. I don't give a fuck.
I know.
So, yeah, that's still weird to me, but at any rate, a man and his son were fishing in a cave nearby when they heard screams for help. They discovered the couple and immediately got help from the park rangers, which at this time, how immediate was that? I mean, I'm sure they immediately went to get help, but I'm sure the help was not as immediate as they make it sound.
Right. I'm pretty sure the help was just as immediate with what was her name from the Black Dahlia?
Oh yeah, Elizabeth Short.
Elizabeth Short.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was about that immediate.
Yeah, no doubt. So when the sheriffs got to the scene, Shepard was conscious and did provide a detailed description of their attacker. Unfortunately, Shepard slipped into a coma and died 2 days later, though Hartnell did survive and did also give details of their ordeal.
Oh, wow, there's still more?
Oh, yeah. And again, I don't know how, this was the thing, I don't know how descriptive the description really was. I mean, because if you think about this, in a situation like that, your mind's fucking all over the place.
Yeah.
So I don't know how accurate the details would really be in this situation. But then again, I mean, it could still be very on point with their description,
Tripping on acid, he looked like a blue oyster.
Oh, good God. October 11th, 1969, a white male passenger got into a cab driven by Paul Stein at the intersection of Mason and Geary Streets in Presidio Heights. Stein drove 1 block past Maple to Cherry Street when the passenger shot Stein once in the head with a 9mm handgun, took Stein's wallet and car keys, and tore away a section of his blood-stained shirt. 3 teenagers across the street at 9:55 p.m. Man, I mean, what a different time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ain't no shit.
especially if this was like a school night or something. It's almost 10 o'clock and you're like fucking 15 just standing around out on some street corner.
It's like, what are you doing? I don't know. What are you doing?
Hey, not a cell phone in sight. Just people doing people things.
Yeah, just standing on the corner. Just waiting for the guy to pull up just to go, what are you doing?
The times, how they change. So they saw this all happen. They called the police while the crime was happening. So they must have been standing right by a payphone, probably waiting on their drug dealer to get a hold of them. And they're like, oh, shit, bro. You guys see that shit? Oh, we just shot him. Oh, my fucking God. Has Mike called you, man? We really need to get high, bro. I'm going to take it because that was good. Stop looking at me like that.
I don't have to stop doing shit.
Basic bitch.
You think just because you're going to say some stupid ass joke?
Oh, God damn it. So, yeah, they see this all happen, and the kids watched the man get out of the car. He wiped down everything, the cab and all that, and walked away toward Presidio 1 block north, but 2 blocks away from the crime scene. Patrol officers Don Fook, I'm just going to call him Don Fuck. I mean, it's a weird spelling. I'm just going to call him Don Fuck. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, guys.
I don't know what it reads, so I don't care.
It's Fouke. I'm just going to call him Fuck. Eric Zelms responded to the call, did see a man walking east on Jackson Street and into a home on the north side of the street. There was a mix-up on the description, though, and that description is the whole fucking problem here. So the mix-up on the description was that the dispatcher said to look out for a black suspect when, in fact, the teenagers actually did not say that at all. The kids witnessed and said that it was a white man, and they're looking for a black man. They literally is.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah, I know. And you weren't wrong, apparently. But what I'm saying is these officers on the way to the crime scene, They drove past this motherfucker.
We're gonna call this one a black oyster.
No, oh, good God. I don't know how I didn't see that one coming. But that's the thing, though. They seen the guy. They actually seen him go into a house. So I'm sure they probably like, I remember what house it was in. Why did they not go back to check it out after they've got the facts straight? You know what I mean? That seems like a very huge moment that they didn't capitalize on.
Mm.
You know, once they got the right description, why didn't they go back to that house they seen him go into?
Well, I have no answer because
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, this is something I thought about the whole time when I'm like, okay, they seen him, why didn't they? I don't. So, yeah, that's weird to me, but, what do I fucking know?
Do you want me to answer that?
Probably not.
Just checking.
Sounds good. So at any rate,
Yep.
Yep. Said that Stein was also the last confirmed murder from the Zodiac. Yeah, we're almost done here.
Yeah, I know. Waiting on you.
So
It's like we got other podcasts to record, motherfucker.
the five-time murder, or the Stein murder 5 times. What the fuck?
Yep.
The Stein
There you
murder was believed to be a routine robbery that escalated to murder. However, on October 13th, 1969, the San Francisco Chronicle received a new letter from the Zodiac claiming credit for the killing. It also had a torn, bloody section of shirt to prove he did do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't say it, I don't know
Like,
what will.
Get that into the forensics lab.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't know if they did. I don't see how they wouldn't have.
Like, that's what the forensics lab is there for.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
granted, in the fucking late 60s, early 70s, it's not much of a lab, but still, like, for real, like, get it in there.
Yeah. And I mean, even now, like, even recently, how everything has been so upgraded when it comes to shit like this.
And then that basic shit still doesn't fucking happen.
Right, and that's so ridiculous. When you think about it, it is so ridiculous. Yep, lost my place. There we go.
Yeah, yep.
Torn shirt and the letter also contained. Now this is kind of a fucked up situation too, because not only that, he also had in there threats about killing school kids on a school bus, and he actually wrote, "Just shoot out the front tires and pick off the kiddies as they come bouncing out." This was
You want to know the sad part about that? Is that's actually not a bad idea, with the exception of one thing. Once the first kid went down coming off the bus, the rest of the kids ain't coming off that bus. Like, you would literally have to wait for it. I can't believe I'm actually saying this in a recording. But, I mean, if you were going to do something crazy like that, yeah. Like, it's like blow out, front tire, blow out a black tire. Blow out a back tire. There's a lot of things out there that you could blow out. But.
Blow out that bus's back. Fuck it.
Well, I mean, if your banana can fit in that tailpipe, yes, go for it.
Oh, good God. But I mean, still, that right there is enough to just freak out an entire fucking city. You know?
City, county, state.
Yeah, because that's...
For real.
Dude, yeah, no, I mean, that's some major shit right there.
For sure.
Oh,
That'd be a fucking statewide fucking thing instantly.
Everything would be put on standstill for that, for sure.
On a standstill.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just hearing that, without the fact of it actually happening, just hearing that, everybody would be locked the fuck down right away.
Man, y'all thought fucking COVID was a standstill? Shit. And the fucking, man, shit. In the state of Indiana. God, said it again. But anyway, in this state, for real, that standstill would for sure be a motherfucking standstill if somebody did that shit to today in 2023.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. 100%. So going back a little bit, well, it's not actually going back, but this was something that happened. The 3 teen witnesses got together with some police sketch artists, and they actually put together a sketch for this killer, which the PD did run in all the papers and all that, obviously. I mean, how could you not? After that, there was an estimation of about 2,500 suspects that they interrogated over a period of years just to come up with nothing still. And at that point, we are going to fucking leave it here, and you're going to have to come back and listen to some more.
Yeah, you are. And I'm going to have to listen to this just to try to remember, everything that we just talked about. Unfortunately,
he's a busy man. He's a busy man.
Oh, no, that brown smile was something. Wow. Man, surprisingly, at the beginning of everything that you were saying, I don't know why I just did that. Anyway, but a lot of the beginning has no familiarity to me for some reason. But there's got to be something about the Zodiac that I've heard before, but we just haven't gotten to that point yet.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a chance maybe you just never heard of him at this point. I mean, I don't know. I thought that we had at some point discussed the Zodiac, and you seemed like you knew who he was initially.
And now it's all drawn a blank.
I mean, it happens. It happens. I mean, either way, to not be caught up to this point and have so many speculations about who it is, and just the number of killings and possible killings.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is pretty fucking notorious. I mean, I don't know if he's just the luckiest guy in the world, or did he sell his soul to the devil to get away with this? I mean,
well, at the moment, I will say one thing. I'm just happy that when this episode and the subsequent ones after this put online, that the IP address has nothing to do with me. So I feel like I'm in the clear.
What are you, fucking nuts?
Yeah, you thought, because we're in this together.
What are you, fucking nuts?
You thought.
Well played.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. You can catch us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcast Index, Listen Notes, Pandora, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and Deezer. Like and subscribe. Email us your stories, dpoid@gmail.com. I mean, holla at us. I won't be looking at your emails unless I was reading it on the spot, but you know what? The keg might read your emails, and you might, end up on this garbage.
Yeah, don't worry. I've been keeping track of them. Not much going on.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Oh, shit. I almost fucked my...
That brown eye almost got it.
I was like, oh, man. My Garthok almost got it. Woo. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. We're out.
Later.
Peace.